Hey, drop.
Jerome Powell, from investment banker to Federal Reserve Chair. Jerome Hayden J. Powell, born on February 4, 1953, in Washington, D.C., is an American investment banker and lawyer who has carved a path of success in the world of finance and monetary policy. As the 16th chair of the Federal Reserve, Powell has played a crucial role in shaping the economic landscape of the United States. Let's delve into his biography, career, and perspective on key economic issues. Early life and education. Born into a family with a legal background, Powell was the second of 6 children. His father, Jerome Powell Sr., was a lawyer, and his mother, Patricia Hayden, was a mathematician and statistician. Powell attended Georgetown Preparatory School, a prestigious Jesuit university preparatory institution, before pursuing higher education. In 1975, he earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in political science from Princeton University, where he wrote his senior thesis on South Africa, Forces for Change. Subsequently, Powell attended Georgetown University Law Center, earning a Juris Doctor degree in 1979. Career in legal and investment banking. Powell's career began in New York City, where he worked as a law clerk for Judge Ellsworth Van Graafeiland of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit. He then transitioned to the legal field, joining the esteemed law firm Davis Polk & Wardwell. In 1983, Powell moved to the firm of Ware Bell & Macmillan, expanding his expertise in the legal sector. In 1984, Powell ventured into the world of investment banking, joining Dillon, Read & Company as a rising star in the industry. Over the course of 6 years, he honed his skills in financing, merchant banking, and mergers and acquisitions, eventually rising to the position of vice president. Powell's reputation continued to grow, leading him to serve in the United States Department of the Treasury from 1990 to 1993. During his tenure, Powell played a key role in overseeing the investigation and sanctioning of Salomon Brothers, a major player in the financial market at the time. His involvement in these high-stakes negotiations demonstrated his ability to navigate complex financial matters. Following his time at the Treasury, Powell embarked on a new chapter in his career, serving as a managing director for Bankers Trust in 1993. While his career trajectory faced a setback when the bank encountered reputational damage due to significant losses, Powell once again demonstrated his resilience and adaptability. He returned to Dillon, Read & Company, where he became a partner at the Carlyle Group, a prominent private equity firm. During his 8 years at Carlyle, Powell founded and led the industrial group within the Carlyle U.S. Buyout Fund, Public Service and Federal Reserve Board of Governors. In 2010, Powell decided to shift his focus towards public service, becoming a visiting scholar at the Bipartisan Policy Center, a prestigious think tank in Washington, D.C. During this time, he actively worked towards raising the United States debt ceiling, highlighting the economic implications and interest rate impact of a default or delay in raising the debt ceiling. Powell's commitment to public service was evident as he worked for a salary of just $1 per year. In December 2011, Powell's dedication and expertise caught the attention of President Barack Obama, who nominated him to the Federal Reserve Board of Governors in a move that garnered bipartisan support. Powell officially took office on May 25, 2012, filling the unexpired term of Frederick Mishkin. He quickly established himself as a consensus builder, working behind the scenes to foster cooperation and tackle significant economic challenges. In 2018, President Donald Trump nominated Powell to serve as the chair of the Federal Reserve. His nomination was ultimately confirmed by the Senate, and Powell assumed office on February 5, 2018. As chair, Powell faced the formidable task of addressing the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the U.S. economy. His leadership during this crisis was instrumental in implementing measures to combat the financial effects of the pandemic and provide stability in a rapidly changing landscape. Accomplishments and challenges as Federal Reserve Chair. During Powell's tenure as chair, he faced both praise and criticism for his handling of the U.S. economy. In response to the unprecedented challenges presented by the COVID-19 pandemic, Powell led the Federal Reserve in taking swift and decisive action. The Fed's actions included significant monetary stimulus, asset purchases, and direct lending programs, all aimed at stabilizing the financial markets and supporting economic growth. However, Powell's approach to managing the economy has been subject to scrutiny. Some observers raised concerns over the potential disconnect between asset prices and the real economy, as the Fed's interventions led to unprecedented levels of monetary stimulus and elevated asset prices. Critics argue that these actions may have conditioned Wall Street to rely on unsustainable levels of monetary support, potentially leading to asset bubbles and widening wealth inequality. In response to the 2021 to 2023 inflation surge, Powell signaled a reduction in quantitative easing and mortgage-backed security purchases. He acknowledged the need to address rising inflation and expressed a commitment to the Fed's dual mandate of stable prices and full employment. These cautious adjustments in policy demonstrated Powell's response to evolving economic circumstances. Renomination and future challenges. In 2022, Powell's second term as chair faced scrutiny and opposition from some Democrats. Critics expressed concerns over his financial regulation track record and called for a change in leadership that prioritized climate risk mitigation and economic justice. However, President Joe Biden renominated Powell, and after a series of hearings and confirmation by the Senate, Powell began his second term as Federal Reserve Chair on May 23, 2022. As Powell embarks on his second term, he faces numerous challenges and opportunities. Balancing economic growth, inflation control, and financial stability will undoubtedly demand adept decision-making. Additionally, addressing climate change concerns and promoting more equitable economic outcomes will continue to shape the Fed's agenda. Jerome Powell's journey from an investment banker to Federal Reserve Chair exemplifies his ability to navigate complex financial landscapes and make critical decisions that impact the nation's economy. As the Federal Reserve continues to play a central role in shaping economic policies, Powell's expertise and leadership will undoubtedly shape the trajectory of the United States on both national and global scales.